reason we're starting at Tractor Supply is not only do they have a ton of different stock tanks, but the plans that I'm using, Joe over at DIYcoldplunge.com, he specs out several different models, 100 gallon and 150 gallon Rubbermaid. I've made one with 100 before. I'm going to go with 150 gallon size this time. I did want to come here, check it out, sit in it, give it a feel for like how big it is. I'm 5'11", 210-ish pounds on a good day. But in any case, I'll show you kind of how these things stack up next to each other. There's also another Rubbermaid, well, it's not Rubbermaid brand, but there's another rubber tub here that's also available. It's a little less expensive, but it's also not quite as rigid as the structural foam that the Rubbermaids are made out of. So we've got a 100 gallon and 150 gallon Rubbermaid. These are both structural foam. They come with a built-in drain plug. You may use that as far as emptying it, but we won't use that for any of our plumbing. We'll be drilling in 2 holes for the bulkhead fittings, which will then connect to the pump system and chiller. So again, I said I'm 5'11", 210-ish, and this is how I fit in these tubs. All right, so there's plenty of room in this, and you can see I fit just fine. You can even lean down a little bit, cover your shoulders, hit the vagus nerve in the back, make sure that that's being covered. But the thing I don't like is I can't go completely under easily. You can kind of contort and drop down, but it's not quite as spacious as the 150. So I'll show you the 150 now. The other thing is, the more water that's around you and the more opportunity for that water to be moving, it's gonna feel a lot colder. So this one, 150 gallon, there's a ton of room. My wife could actually join me. She probably won't, but a ton of room in here for this. Getting all the way under, very simple. It's a little bit bigger of a footprint, but not by a whole lot for the extra space you get. So I'm gonna go with 150 gallon this time and build it out around that. So the other option you have is these galvanized steel tanks. They're nice, but they're not quite as nice as the Rubbermaid as far as being dimensionally similar. So each one of these is going to be slightly different because they actually stack these things when they ship them inside of each other. So their 100 gallon tub might actually be like 97 or 112 depending on which size you get, or which size in that stack you get. They don't sell them as different SKUs, but they are different. So this is the 100 gallon county line galvanized tank, and as I get in it, wow, you can also see the other problem with these is they rust, right? Over time they're going to rust. They're not going to be quite as durable, and they are slimmer. Like I said, I am 5'11", 210 on a good day. It's a little tight. The other thing with this is if you buy a set of plans to build with, you're going to have to modify it because there's no way to tell which version of this you're going to get. So it's a nice one. It's really nice, especially if you're just going to leave it open and fill it with ice and water, but we're not doing that. We're building one with a chiller, a pump, a filter, the whole works. So we're going to go with the Rubbermaid. We're going to go with 150 gallon because it's got a lot of space. And if you're not leaving with one, be kind, rewind, put it back. Tractor Supply doesn't want these things laying all over the place. So another option you have here at Tractor Supply is the Tuff stuff. It's not quite as rigid as the structural foam that these are made out of, but it will work. You'll have to modify the plans if you use the ones that I'm building in order to build the enclosure around it. But these are nice. You can look inside. It's smooth walled, whereas this actually has some ridges. That actually has a bit of a benefit as far as keeping it clean and things like that. It also comes with a drain fitting. On this one, it's way too small to use for anything other than a drain. But these are nice, and they're another option. I think they're just a little bit less expensive than Rubbermaid, but in any case, you're gonna run anywhere from $100 up to $170. Check out Rural King, Tractor Supply, and there's also another farm supply. I'll put the link down below. But Tractor Supply price matches. Something to think about.